Hi, I'm Gary Grooms.
And I'm Dave Johnson.
And the name of our company is
Traditional Fisheries.
Our business is catching
And selling lionfish.
Now you're probably wondering just what the hell is a lionfish? Well, it's this little guy behind me here, but more about him later. First, we want to talk about us. Dave?
I've been an entrepreneur and fisherman all my life. Back in the 90s, I went to a small Mexican village to fish and caught the prettiest girl in town. We moved to Minneapolis to raise our two wonderful boys.
Well, Dave here is not only my best friend, but also my boss. I've been an actor and voice talent since 1975 and have recorded thousands of radio and TV commercials. Anyway, about the lionfish. We've met some of the world's top marine biologists, and they all say it's the worst invasive marine species ever and will cause enormous economic and environmental damage. Originally an aquarium fish, the theory is that back in the 80s, some moron dumped his tank in the ocean. Now they're the second most populous fish in the Atlantic, reproducing faster than the duggars.
And they eat just about everything.
Yeah, including popular species that are depleted by overfishing. Lionfish also consume species that cleanse the reefs of algae and plants. Without those fish, it's bye-bye ecosystem.
Its only predator is man.
And you can't avoid them. They're all over the place. They're like the Kardashians.
But the good news is,
they're delicious and nutritious.
nutritious.
As tasty a fish as you'll ever find, they can be baked, battered, broiled, blanched, bouillabaisse, grilled, chilled, fried, and fricasseed. You can slice it, dice it, spear it, then sear it.
From soup to sushi, it's got me goofy.
So the motto is of our little fish biz,
to beat 'em, just eat 'em.
Our goal is to put lionfish in restaurants and households the world over. We're the first and only commercial fishery to export lionfish.
And we pay a fair trade wage.
Right, fighting poverty and helping save the ocean. What a great idea. Segue.
I came up with the idea after reading an article in The Economist called Eat for the Ecosystem. I thought this is a win-win opportunity to do something good for the world and make some money. But without much funding, it's been a huge challenge.
Right, and one challenge has been getting market exposure without an advertising budget, but we're getting the word out. We partnered with the National Geographic Society for a lionfish banquet held at the Smithsonian. And Dave was featured on Dan Rather Reports, and next month he'll be interviewed by PBS for their series Saving the Ocean. And articles have appeared in the Washington Post, Chicago Tribune, and other newspapers. And just last month, lionfish was served at the Aspen Institute.
The biggest challenge has been doing everything on a part-time basis with a shoestring budget.
Amen. You see, right now, we can't afford to quit our day jobs, but imagine what could be achieved with enough capital. We could expand operations and catch fish from Connecticut to Caracas. The potential is enormous. You see, since 1988, the worldwide supply of seafood has declined dramatically, while demand has gone through the roof. Lionfish could be used for feed in the aquaculture industry. And this is also a great PR opportunity for major corporations to help the economically disadvantaged and fragile ecosystems at the same time. And finally, the chance to partner with countries that have been affected by the lionfish invasion.
You forgot something.
We've already established a customer base with great restaurants, and Dave has mortgaged his house to the hilt, and I haven't been paid bupkis. We both need a salary to work full time. Next, we need to continue our development of a lionfish-specific trap, which will reduce cost and increase harvest. And third, we need to hire a salesperson. We also need travel expenses. Yeah, we've grossed about $50,000, all of which has been rolled back into the business. Our expenditures have been around $90,000.
Don't forget the potential.
Absolutely. Dave and I firmly believe that traditional fisheries is going to take off.
First, we need to get off the ground.
Yeah, and if we don't, at least our friends and family still think it's a great idea. Unfortunately, they're broke.
But without the cash, it could mean the end of my dream to help mankind.
But look, Dave, if we don't get the money, we'll do what Americans have done for centuries.
Declare bankruptcy?
No! We can always run for Congress. Come on, let's get some lunch. I know this great little cafe down the street that serves lionfish.